Defining your one thing. So there's a book by Gary Keller called The One Thing, and the preface of it is, what is one thing if you did in your business and that was it would still drive results for your business. When I read that book and when I understood that concept, I sat down with my team and I said, we need to define our one thing. And this one thing is probably going to be the same for you if you're flipping houses. But the one thing for us was buying houses. If we could figure out how to buy more houses, then everything else would fall into place. We know that when we put a property under contract that we have a good team that can renovate and flip it. We have a good sales process. We have a good product. We have great property management on the back end if we were to keep that as a rental property. We know that if we bought houses, everything else would fall into place. Now, obviously, you have to buy houses at the right price. There's some other logistics that go into that. But you can understand my point is focus on your one thing, and that's typically buying houses. There's another point I want to make on this, and that's chasing shiny objects. So many times I went outside of my business and I went outside of my one thing, which is buying houses, and I would try and start a handyman company. I'd try and start a network marketing company. I would do so many things outside of what my one thing was. And even before I defined what my one thing was, I look back and I go, wow, why didn't I just concentrate on finding houses, buying houses, buying houses? And there's going to be a point where you do want to chase a shiny object, which is fine, but you have to have your business dialed in to where you're consistently doing your one thing and doing it well. And that if you go and you do chase shiny objects, that your business is still going to run. So that took me almost 15 years to get my business where it didn't need me anymore, and that when I went to go start other businesses, my main business wasn't affected. We actually ended up buying more houses when I left the business because we dialed into our one thing and my team knew that was our priority, and we had systems and people in place to continue to drive the business and drive leads in where we could buy houses and buy more of them almost every single year, increasing that year over year. So define what it is your one thing. It may not be buying houses, maybe it's something else. But the point of this is that if you take your eye off the ball and you don't look at the most important things in your business, there's going to be things that are going to falter in the main thing. So define your one thing. There's a possibility you might be able to add a second and third. I don't know that I'd recommend that unless it's just your business is more complex. But find your one thing, find what it is that drives that one thing and do it well. And go to your team and say, what is our one thing? Define it and let them know what it is and communicate that so that they can focus on that one thing.